Namaste. Good morning. Merry Christmas. Hare Krishna Manantara. Shri Agni Namaha. Namaste. Shri Krishna Namaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namaste. How's everybody's Christmas? I'm not doing anything special. I don't mind. Ana Bekoak Gedulat Yemineka Tatil Jerura Gabel Rinat Ameka Sagubenu Taharenu Nora. Geslebe. Forgot to show you. Okay. Tikukun hana fish. Get the 호크마 Bina really intense. to use Tikkun Hanapesh better than before. Tikkun Hanapesh, sorry. Bodily reaction to Tikkun Hanapesh. Okay. Moving on.
Hasad. Che pulò. Te faretto. Necak. 호주. 예소드. 말초 뜻. 말초 뜻.
Alright. And that was laying on of hands, the authentic version. And you go through these 7 energy points, 17 energy points, and heal your body.
나 디볼 도르쉐이 이후데카 깨바바트 쇼무람 바들캠 따하람 라카메이 지드카테카 따미드 고물람.
You can pause it there if you're following along. Okay. Ready or not?
신 가토시 베로브 두베카 나헬 아다테카 야키드 게 레아메카 베네 조크레이 게두샤테카 샤바테누 까벨 우시마 자아까테누 요데아 따알루모트.
Namaste. Yeah, I got protection. He's talking about his Chinese mafia protection, isn't he? Ha, Satan. First of all, I am not Satan. I am kosher Satan. Where's the proof? The proof is in the yarmulke. If you've ever seen a Satanist wearing their pentagram or reverse pentagram with the yarmulke, let me know. Take a picture and let me know. Unless it's me. It's like, hey, that looks like you, but I'm sure it's not you, so here's another person. Ha 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 ha. No, that's me. Oh crap, you're in my neighborhood? Okay. That's my Christmas joke. Wannabe joke. Can I get better than this here? Like, can I be a little more? Oh, that looks professional, but it's really, really hard to follow along. How about if I zoom in? I'll do that. Focus, frame, zoom. No, I'll zoom in from here. Okay. Perfect. Awesome. I am. Effects, mirror flip. I apologize. I'm an amateur, so I don't get paid. It's gonna end up in one of the failed compilations, isn't it? Ha ha ha. Okay. Sorry, you probably missed part of it. Can I zoom in a little more? Yeah, better. Otherwise, there's no point. Namaste. Namaste. Ooh, almost still got cut off. It's too close. Sorry. I don't know what's going on with the camera. I don't know much about it. I've now been doing this for 5 months, and a couple of weeks maybe. 5.5 months of experience. Camera work, I mean. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you know inside your head. It really just matters whether you can execute it correctly or not. Okay, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Let me see here. Ooh, better. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so that's Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Namaste. Oh. Okay, I don't even have to hold it up because you could look at it like right there. Oh. Yeah, I feel it when people are suspicious or like they're just listening, trying to listen to what I'm doing, and they don't have good energy, so they bring me down. So it's, that's why I complain. Because if their energy was pure, if they were vegetarians, if they were, they didn't eat eggs even, 계란, because of their dirty energy, I get interrupted, and that's why I complain. Because I'm, in my healing stage, I need pure energy. I don't need dirty energy. I don't need meat eating, promiscuous energy, if you know what I mean. All right, so that's that. Yeah, because that's why a lot of like even non-Asian people love the Japanese, because you know why? They know how to respect boundaries more than other Asian nations anyway. But yeah, the Japanese are the best of the all the East Asian countries. All the others are struggling, and if Japan is struggling, then all the others are doing 200 times worse. I could tell you that. Yeah, even like anybody from, even people from Africa love Japan. Even like anybody from everybody from Europe loves Japan. And there were the enemies in war like that. There were like the world's enemies just not even 100 years ago. But you know what? Japan is the best Asian country. Period. No other countries come near to it. And I'm saying this from my experience. I gave a lot of chances. I gave, I forgave so much. I tried to forgive and forget so much. And then it got to a point, hey, 1+1 does not equal 3. 1+1 is 2. And if you're not willing to see that, why are we even living? Move to Canada maybe. Canada has like a death system where if you want to die, they'll let you die. They'll give you stuff to, make you die peacefully. Why not just move there if you want to, live like hell? If you're living in hell, why are you making other people's life hell? I guess that's natural. That's, it's not an extraordinary thing. Alright, that's enough break from me. So I'm gonna read Garuda Purana, chapter 15. What's the problem of the world? Satan has figured it out. The problem of this world is crime, serious crime. We're not talking about like, car accidents. That's not even a car accidents are not even a crime. We're not even talking about any sort of accidents at all. What is wrong with this world? Crime, crime, crime. People stealing large sums of money, like people stealing $200, $300 from another person. People molesting one another secretly. And they appear fine in the society when you walk around. A little do they know, it's like, oh wow, thank God they're dressed, because I don't want to really know what they really are underneath that, in their hearts. What are they really, really? Do they eat humans? That's what, because they're willing to hurt them. Are they really, they're energetic cannibals. Will they even eat humans? That's my question. I'm a vegetarian. I feed cats because they need meat. I don't have cats. I feed stray cats. But I'm a vegetarian. But I just wonder if these eating bad people are they? Will they go so far as to eat another human being? I think so. The answer is yes. My initial answer is yes. Okay, so let me quickly get to it before I get harassed by creatures that are lower than monkeys. Oh. It's plural now. It used to be singular, and now I know I'm dealing with at least two. And it wasn't under my radar because the second harasser is a victim of a serious crime. So now I know that you could be a bad victim or a good victim. We have actually two bad victims of serious crimes in this household. Well, three, including myself. That's funny. I almost always not don't talk about myself. That's why probably I have this show, channel thing going on, so I could actually be myself, and people will actually know what I'm really really thinking. Because otherwise, people do crazy stuff if they don't have an outlet. That's why people used to do art. I don't know what they do anymore. There's no more art, no more music. That's why people do music. That's why people do art. They want to channel their negativity. Usually it's negative. It has to be. Otherwise, what's the point? You just go out and have fun. You know, turn that negative energy you got from this reality into something positive, and that's called art. And it's music, it's movies. Um, yeah, I miss working for film. Like especially being here makes me miss those major film production companies like 2 million times more, because now I'm dealing with creatures that are lower than monkeys, because they wouldn't let me speak Sanskrit. Monkeys, if they hear Sanskrit, they might start acting more human. That's what I realized after I said, these monkeys, and I said, oh, wait a minute, monkeys are better than that. They'll respect Sanskrit. They'll actually, they'll one of them, if there were 1,000, one of them might even come up and listen to Sanskrit, and it may even bow down to me. That's how serious this matter is, Sanskrit. But that's, so I take it back. These creatures are worse than monkeys, whoever's harassing me while I'm reciting Sanskrit, because, I'm not alone here. I am not alone here. People are mistaken if they think that I'm just in my room doing this on my own. people are gonna know. Oh, they hate Sanskrit. Koreans hate Sanskrit. We've seen it on YouTube. Except this one guy who was actually reciting Sanskrit. He was also Korean. He's the only person who likes Sanskrit. 90% of Koreans hate Sanskrit. You know, that's really sad. That's really, really sad. To an Indian person, that means the whole country is diseased. That's why I'm here. I was sent here to get rid of bad people. Non-violent. With Sanskrit. Ironically, I was sent here to get rid of bad people with Sanskrit. The language, the very language that they hate. Alright, here we go. For chapter 15, I have 3 more chapters to go. Yeah, sorry if I sound angry. This is how I sound if I'm like wanting to, you know, mop the floor with something. But this really helps, this like being here. As awkward, as weird as I sound, this really helps. It's channeling my, I don't have the negativity as much as before I started talking about it. Yep, chapter 15. Dear God, let these creatures in this building know that I am Satan, working for you under the name of King Yahusha, whose real name, which is the real name of Yesu, or Yahushua, or Jesus, or Yesu-nim, Yeshua. 그게, that's, I said in Korean, that means, that's all false names of Jesus. The real name of Jesus is Yahusha, Yahusha, Yahweh, Yahusha, Yahusha. And Jews will not say Yahweh until Yahusha is reinstated. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Ata Panchadashotiayahu Garuda Ubancha Taimatama Savagatim Puttuvan, sorry. Jayate Vimale Kule Atastasya Samutpatatim Janani Jatare Pada Yatan Bicharam Kurute Tehesmin Mukurti Janah Tataham Shrotumichami Pada Me Karuna Nite Shri Bhagavanubhacha Satu Urashadam Devayam Tai Kushuya Param Gopiam Padami Te Tasyam Vijñana Matreno Salvajinyatavam Prajayate Bakushuya Micha Sharirasya Svarupam Paramatikam Brahmananda Guna Sampananam Brahmananda Guna Sampananam Yoginam Dharana Spadam Sharta Chakra Chenantanam Yasminiyatai Gulbananti Yoginah Brahmaranan Tere Jidanandaru Patyanam Tata Shuranu Shuchinam
시마땅 게해 자야때 수크르티 야탕알 따탕알 비탕함 미야맘 따뜻비뚜로흐 가타야미때 워뚜간레 뚜 나리넘 디아제드 디나 짜뚜실뚜이 디아제드 디나 짜뚜실떠야무 따바는나 로카야드 바크트람 빠빰 마푸쇼임 삼파베트 스나트방 사짜일람 사 나리 짜툴테하니 슈티아티 사브타하트 베트르데바남 파베디요기야 브라탈자네 사브타하마티에 요 갈파흐 사 파베는 말리나 샤야흐 브라야샤흐 삼은 파바는 띠아뜨라 부트라스드 바실드 하마티아따흐 유그마수 부트라 자야는데 스트리요 유그마수 라트리슈 볼바사브타 까무트 스르지아 다스마 디우그마수 삼비샤트 쇼더샬투 니샤흐 스트리넘 사마니아흐 사무다흐르타흐 야 마이 짜툴다시 라뜨릴 갈파 스티실 터띠 따뜨라 마이 구너파기아니티흐 부트라스타당 자야따 달미카흐 상 니샹 브라크르탈지 발나 라피에타 가땅짜나 반짜메하니 나리넘 까리암 마투라 포자나무 까뚜크쇼람 짱 디쿠슈놈 짱 디아지아 무슈놈 짱 두따라흐 따뜨쿠 슈에 따뜨쿠 슈에트람 마우셔 티바트람 비잠 짜피아무르타야나무 다스미는 누브트반 나라흐스바미 사미야크 팔라마바브누야트 담은부라 보시바시리 카눈로이흐 사미우크타흐 슈치바스트라 프르트 탈마마다야 마나시 수타릴밤 빔샤샤트 푸마느 삼비샤트 푸마느 니슈에 까마예 야디앙은 나라치트 따비까를바나 따드르크 스바 파바 사문 푸딜자는 뚜비샤티 꾸꾸 슈이가흐 따드르크 스바 파바 사문 푸딜자는 뚜비샤티 꾸꾸 슈이가흐 따드르크 스바 파바 사문 푸딜자는 뚜비샤티 꾸꾸 따드르크 스바 파바 사문 푸딜자는 뚜비샤티 꾸꾸 슈이가흐 짜이타니암 비자푸담 히 니티암 슈크레피아바스티탐 까마시치트탐 짱 슈크람 짱 야당 예카트바마 뿌누야트 따당 드라바마바 뿌노티 요슈이드 갈파샤예 나라흐 슈크라 쇼누이타 삼요가 드베는도트 바트티흐 슈크라 쇼누이타 삼요가 드베는도트 바트티흐 슈크라 쇼누이타 삼요가 드바는 슈크라 쇼누이 슈크라 쇼누이 누이 슈크라 쇼누이타 삼 शुक्रा शोनुइता साम्योगात पिनुन्दोत पाततिह प्रजायात पारामाना는 다다흐 부트로 파베드갈 파가타흐 그르디 파바는 디 따시야 리킬라흐 그리야흐 몸사바나디가흐 자는마 브라브노티 부노여드마 그라헤슈 쯔짜라 짜가 그라헤슈 쯔짜가테슈 짱 따즈 자는마 사마예 비브라흐 브라브누바는디 타남바후 비디양 비나야 삼파는노 발타테 베트르 베시마니 사땀 삼게나 사 바베트 살감 가마 비샤라다흐 디비앙은가나디 포크땅 시아트타 루누에 타나바는 나티 타니 볼밤 그르따따빠 스틸 타마하 부노여 팔로다야트 따따시장 야따테 니티야마트 마나트 마비चारा 노에 니티야마트 마나트 마비चारा 노에 아티야로파 바다 피암 구르테 브라흐마치는 따나무 아시아 상은가 바보타야 브라흐마 노는 바야까 리너흐 구슈이티아 디아나트 마발가시아 구넘스테 카타야 미야하므 구슈이틸바리 하빌 포크타 바유라가샤 에바짜 수투나 부타 이메 프로크타흐 베룬두얌 반자 파우티카흐 스바가스티나 두여 로마누이 맘사 짜이바 카게시바라 에테 반자구너흐 부멜마야 테 파리길티타흐 란란 무드람 따통 슈크람 마주장 라크담 짱 반짜마무 아밤 반짜구너흐 브로그다 스테자소 비니샤마야 구슈톤 드르슈노 타타라시암 니드란 가는 디스타 타이방 짱 데자흐 반짜구너 딸구슈여 브로그담 살바트라 요기피흐 군짜남 타바남짜 람카남짜 브라사라너무 제시투이담 제티 반짜이바 구너 바요흐 브라킬티타흐 코셔시찌는 덩자 슈니아트밤 모하시찌는 덩자 삼샤야흐 아가샤시야 구너흐 반짜 지냐타비아스테 브라야트나타흐 마노 부드티라 함까라 시치트담 자티 자투슈떠야무 아는따흐 까라너 무드티슈땀 불바깔마 티바시땀 슈로트람 드바크짜쿠슈슈이 지흐번 크라넘 진야네는 드리야누이 짱 바그바누이 바다바 유파스타니 깔메는 드리야누이 짱 디그바 땅알까 프라체토 슈비바흐 님는 드로 빼는 드라 미트라카흐 디그바 땅알까 브라체 또 슈비바 슈비 디그바 땅알까 브라체 디그바 땅알까 브라체 또 슈비바 흐님는 닌드로 는드로 님 는드로 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 님 는드로 디그바 땅알까 브라체 또 슈비바 흐님 는드로 딴딴드림 딴드라 미트리까 흐 디그바 땅알까 브라체 또 슈비바 흐님 는드로 빤드라 미트라까 흐 빤드라 디그바 땅알까 브라체 또 슈비바 흐님 는드로 빤드라 미트라까 흐 진야나 깔면은 드리야놈 자 대바따흐 바리기 띠따흐 유두어 자 빙은갈라 자이바 소쇼문나 키아 드르띠야까 가는 다리 자가지흐바 자 부쇼 자이바 야샤시비니 알람은 부쇼 무후 쉐짱비 샴키니 샴키니 다샤미 다통알 베는더마티에 스티땅알 히에땅흐 브라타날 다샤나 두이깡흐 브라노바나흐 사마나키아 우다노 비아나 에바짱 나가흐 굴마시자 그르칼로 데바다트도 타난자야흐 후르디 브라노 구데바나흐 사마노 나 비마는덜레 우다나흐 가는 터데셰 시아드 비아나흐 살바샤리라가흐 우드가레 나가 아키아타흐 굴마 우누밀라테 우누밀라네 스모르타흐 그르칼라흐 구쇼트카로 진예요 데바다트도 비즈르먼 파누에 나 자하티 모르탐 바비 살바비아비 타난자야흐 까발라의 프로크타마 푸크타 까발라의 푸크타마는 남히 보슈토이담 살바데히남 아야테 비아나코 바유흐 사람샴 살바나 두이슈 아하로 푸크타마 트로히 바유나 그리아테 드비장 삼프라비시아 구데 사미아크 버르타그 가는 남 사미아크 버르타가는 남 버르타그 잘라무 울트바 마그넬 잘람 그르트바는 남자 잘로파리 아그니시짱 디아흐 스바얌 브라너흐 스티트바그님 타나메 샤나이흐 타마테 샤나이흐 바유나트 마야마 노그니흐 버르타크 끼뜨뚜임 끼뜨ጧ 버르타크 끼뜨땀 버르타그라 사무 꾸르테 비아나코 바율비시바크 삼프라파예 드라사무 바율비시바크 삼프라파예 드라사무 드바라일 드바 다샤 필피는 남 드바라일 드바 다샤 필피는 남 깨뜨땀 데하드바히흐 스라베트 깔너 구슈이나 시칸 지흐반 다는딸 나 필나카 구다무 나 필나카 구다무 구히암 시라바뿔로마 말라스타나니 짜크셔테 에밤 살베 브라발타는 때 스바스바 깔마누이 바야바흐 우발라 피아트 마나흐 사트탐 수리야 로감 야타 자나흐 이더님 나라데 하시야 슈르노 루파드바얌 카가 비아바하리 까메깜짜 드비티얌 파라말티까무 디스라흐 꽃두이올 탈꽃두이 디스라흐 꽃두이올 타꽃두이 자 로마누이 비아바하리께 사부달라쿠슈누이 깨샤흐 시울나카 프로크타 수투빔샤티흐 시울나카 프로크타 수투빔샤티흐 드바트림 샤드다샤나 프로크타 드바트림 샤드다샤나 드바트림 샤드다샤나 프로크타 사마니아 드비자나 투수땅 사마니아 드비나 사마니아 드비나타 수땅 맘삼 발라사하스람 뚜 라크탐 발라샤탐 스무르탐 발라니 다샤 베다수뚜 스바크 발라니 자 사브타티흐 발라드바 다샤캄 마주잔 마하라크탐 발라트라야무 슈크람 드비군더밤 진예얌 구더밤 드비구더밤 진예얌 구더밤 쇼노이땀 스모르땀 샤르티우뜨따람 짬 드리샤타마스트나임 데헤 브라키일티땀 나두여흐 수투라시짱 수크시마시짱 고투이샤흐 파리키일티따흐 비트탐 발라니 반짜샤트따달탐 실레시마노스타통알 사타탐 자야마남 뚜 비는무드람 자브라마노타흐 에타드 구노사마 유크탐 샤리람 비아바하리까무 부바나니 자 살바누이 발바타드 비바사가라흐 아디디아디아 그라하흐 사는티 샤리레 파라말티카데헤 히 셔트차크라누이 파바는티 자 브라흐마는도에 예 구너바프로크타 스텝 야스미는 나바 삼스티탄 타나함 테 브라바쿠슈여미 요기남 타라너스바다느 예슈엄 파바나얀 자는툴 파베드바이 라자루파파크 바다 타스타 뜨탈람 진예얌 바돌트밤 비탈람 따통암 자누노흐 수탈람 베드티 사크티데셰 마하탈람 탈람 사크티무레 구히아데셰 라사탈람 바탈람 까뚜이 삼스탐 자 사브탈로카흐 브라키일티타흐 푸로캄 나피마티에 뚜 푸발로캄 다둘 트바케 다둘 트바케 스발로캄 호르다예 비디아트 까는터데셰 마하스타통알 자나로캄 파크트라데셰 타폴로캄 랄라토케 사티알로캄 브라흐마라는 틀에 부바나니 짜툴다샤 뜨리꼬노에 삼스티또 메루라타흐 꼬노에 자 마는다라흐 따끄셔 꼬노에 자 까일라소 마마 꼬노에 히마잘라흐 리셔타시 쫄트바레카얌 리셔타시 쫄트바레카얌 따끄셔얌 가는타마다나흐 라마누 바마레카얌 사브타이테 꿀라빨바땅흐 아스티탄에 파베즈 자문부흐 샤코 마즈장수 삼스티타흐 구샤드비 바스티토 맘세 가운짜드비 바흐 시라수 짱 드바짱얌 샤를 말리 드비보 고메도 로마산자에 나카스탐 부시카람 비디아트 사가라 스타다 비디아트 사가라 스타다 나는 따라무 구슈어로도 히 파베는 무드레 구슈이레 구슈에로다 사가라 구슈에로다 사가라흐 수로다티허 실레시마 삼스토 수로다티허 실레시마 삼스토 마지장얌 그렇다 사가라흐 라소다티 라세 비디아즈체 비디아즈 초노이테 다티 사가라흐 스반두도 라문비카 스탄에 자니야드 비나타 자니야드 비나타 수타 나다 차크레 스티타흐 수리오 비는두 차크레 자는 드라마흐 로짜나스타흐 구조 진예요 흐르다예 진야흐 브라킬티타흐 베슈노스탄에 구르비디아즈 추크레 슈크로 비아바스티타흐 나 비스탄에 스티토 마는도 무케 라후흐 브라킬티타흐 방유스탄에 스티타흐 깨뚜흐 샤리레 그라하 마는돌라무 에밤 살바스바루 베너 지는따예다 드마나스타 누무 지는따예다 드마나스타 누무 서동 프라파타 사마예 바드타 바드마 사나흐 스티타흐 셔트 짜크라 지는따남 구리야 디아 토크타 마자파 그라마무 구리야 디아 토크타 마자파 그라마무 아자파나마 가야트리 무니남 보구셔다이니 아시야흐 사근가를 빠마트레너 살바빠빠이흐 브라무지아테 슈르누 땅쿠슈여 브라바쿠슈에 하마자파 그라마무트타마무 브라바쿠슈에 하마자파 그라마무트타마무 얌 그르트방 살바동 지보 지바파밤 비문자티 무라타라흐 스바티슈트남 마누이부라카메바 짱 아나하탐 비슈드타야 캬마 지냐 셔트 차크라마 무지아테 비슈드타야 캬마 지냐 셔트 차크라 무지아테 무라타레 링가데셰 나피암 호르디짱 까는턱에 프로볼마티에 브라흐마라는 틀에 까마치 짜크라누이 그라마치 짜크라누이 지는 다이어트 프로볼마티에 브라흐마라는 틀에 그라마치 짜크라누이 지는 다이어트 타람 두 짜툴달라 날라 짜툴달라 날라 사맘 바사는 따발 너시라야 따사는 따발 너시라야 스바티시터 나마피 브라파카라 사맘 발라는 따셔트 바트라카무 라크타 팜 마누이포라캄 다샤달람 두어디암 팔라라는 따케 파카라는 따캄 바트랄드바 다샤 피라나 하타 보람 바트랄드바 다샤 피라나 하타 보람 하이맘 까터는 따 부르따무 바트라이흐 사스바라 쇼더 샤이흐 샤샤타라지오 딜비슈드 탐은 부잠 샤샤타라지오 딜비슈드 탐은 부잠 함사티야쿠셔라 유그마캄 드바야달람 라그타 파마드람은 부잠 따스마 둘 드바가땀 브라파시타미담 바드맘 사하스라쭈 차담 사티야나는 다마얌 사다시바마얌 조틸마 밤샤 시바땀 간웨샴짱 비팀 비슈놈 시밤 지밤 구름 따따흐 비아파캄짱 파람 브라흐마 그라마 쯔자크레슈 지는따야트 에카빔샤 사하스라누이 샤트샤타니아티카니 짱 아호라트레노 시바사시야 카티흐 수크시마 스무르타 부타이흐 하카레노 바히리아티 사카레노 비샤트 puna흐 함세티 마는트레노 지보 자파티 따뜻 바타흐 셔트 샤땀 가누나 타야 셔트 사하스람 뚜 베타세 셔트 사하스람 짱 하라예 셔트 사하스람 하라야 짱 지바트만에 사하스람 짱 사하스람 구라베 따통에 지다트만에 사하스람 짱 자파 삼스타 자파 삼키양 니베다야트 에땀 시자크라 가타는 브라흐마 마유카는 무나요마라는 사트 삼프라다야 베트타 라시찌는 따야는 디아루노 다야흐 사트 삼프라다야 예트 사트 삼프라다야 베트타 라시찌는 따야는 디아루노 다야흐 사트 삼프라다야 베트타 라시찌는 따야는 디아루노 다야흐 슈카다요피 무나야흐 시슈여 누파디샤는티 시슈여 누파디샤는티 짱 아따흐 브라브르트팀 마하땀 티아트반 티아야트사단 부타흐 그르트반 짱 마나심 부잠 살바차크레 시바나느냐 살바차크레 시바나니아 티흐 따또 구루파데시나 가야트리 마자밤 자페트 아토무케 따또 라는 틀에 사스라달라 방은까제 함사감 시리구름 티아예드바라 파야깝 라문 부자무 티아예드바라 파야 디아야드바라 티아예드바라 파야까람 부잠 구셜리탐 지는따예드데함 따뜻바다 무르따타라얌 반초바짱라이흐 삼부지양 브라노메트 따뜻따 따뜻 브라노메트 따뜻 브라노메트 따뜻스타베나 브라노메트 따뜻스타베나 짱 따따흐 구는들리님 티아예다 로하다이바 로하따흐 티아예다 로하다이바 티아예다 로하다 티아예다 로하다베다 티아예다 로하다베 로하따흐 바 다바 티아예다 로하다바유 티아예다 로하다바 로하따흐 셔트 짜크라 그르따 산짜람 살타뜨리 발라얌 스티땀 따똥 티아예트 수쇼문나 캬암 타마라는 트라드바갈 할까띠었다 being distracted. I'm being harassed by stupid monkeys. Sorry for my reaction, just the truth. 따또 티아야트 수쇼문나 캬암 타마라는 트라드 바힐 까따무 타마라는 트라드 바힐 까따무 바힐 까따무 타마라는 트라 바힐 까따무 따통아 때나 까똥아 야는띠 따드 비슈노허 빠라맘 빠다무 따또 마츠치는 띠땀 루밤 스바얌 지오티허 사나따나무 사다나는 담 사다이 티아예는 무후울 때 브라흐마 삼진야께 에밤 구루 바데셰나 마노 디시잘라땀 나야트 나두 스베나 브라야트네나 따드비나 빠따남 파베트 아는따리요감 비타야이밤 바히리요감 사마짜레트 스나나 사는 티아디감 그르트바 구리아드 타리 하라 알짜나무 구리아드 타리 하라 알짜나무 대하 비만이나 많은 따무키 부르트 딜나 장야테 아타스테 쇼음 두 마드 파크티흐 수카란 모쿠쇼다 이니 따또 요가다요 모쿠쇼마이가흐 사는띠 따탕아삐 짱 사미지 나스투 마드 파크티 마이가흐 삼사라따미하 브라흐마 디피슈짱 살바진야이라 야메바 비니시치타흐 드리바람 베다샤스트라누이 비짜리야 짜 puna흐 냐진야 다요비 사드탈마시치트타 쇼타나카라카흐 사드탈마시치트타 쇼타카나 쇼타나 사드탈마시치트타 쇼타나카 사드탈마시치트타 쇼타나카라카흐 팔라루반 짜 마드파크티스탄 라브트반 나바시다티 에바마 짜라남 타쿠슈유 까로티 수크르티 나라흐 사미요게나 짜 마드파크티안 모쿠샴 야티 사나타무 이티 श्री रुद्र पुराणों श्री गरुड़ पुराणों सारोद थारे सुकृति जना जन मा चरण 수크르티자나자는 마자라는 이루바남 나마 반자다쇼티아야흐. Really rough. Yeah, regardless of your race, nation, or origin, whatever it is, if you can't listen to Sanskrit to the point of harassment, that person is the cause, or that group of people, whatever percentage that group is the cause for the demise of your nation, race, or ethics, or origin, whatever. Yeah, that's just the way it is, folks. Sanskrit is the determining factor on whether you're able to come back to life or not. Meaning, whether you're forgiven for your sins or not. If you can listen to Sanskrit, you are gone up so far ahead in sins that you're just up for judgment. But if you could somehow bear to listen to Sanskrit to the point of repentance, then that's good news. Otherwise, I don't see anything good in the world that much. Not as much. I mean, I see it on the news. Do I see it on the outside? No. I see bad things on the outside? Yes. Do I see good things outside? Sometimes. How often do I see bad things compared to good things? Bad things 3 times as much as good things. Okay, here we go. The translation, and then I'm gonna take a break. Wow. Chapter 15. On account of the coming to birth of people who have done good. Garuda said, the righteous man having enjoyed heaven is born in a stainless family. Now tell me how he is produced in the womb of the mother. I wish to hear what in this body the man of good deeds thinks. Tell me, O treasure house of compassion. The blessed Lord said, you have as well, O Darkushu. I will tell you that supreme secret even by knowing which one becomes all-knowing. I will tell you the real nature of that body which possesses the attributes of the universal egg, the object of concentration of yogins. Hear how the yogins perform the meditation upon the 6 chakras within it, and likewise meditation upon the nature of Chitta and Ananda in the Brahmaranantara, and how he of good deeds is born in the house of the pure and prosperous. I will tell you also about the rites and observances of the parents. After menstruation, the women should be avoided for 4 days. Their faces should not be seen during that time, lest the sin should arise in the body. Having bathed and washed her clothes, a woman becomes pure on the 4th day. From the 7th day, she becomes fit to perform the rites of worship to the forefathers and the Shining Ones. During the 7 days, the embryo continues impure. Here, the sons gradually enter during the 8th day. Sons are born on even nights, daughters on odd. Keeping away from her during the first 7 days, on even nights he enters. 16 nights are declared to be common for women. On the 14th night, the seed remains there certainly. Then is produced the righteous son, a store of auspicious qualities. That night is never obtained by vulgar people. On the 5th day, women should eat sweet foods. Pungent, acid, astringent, and hot things should be entirely avoided. The husband, like a husbandman, having sown the seed of great potentiality in the field which is productive of grain, reaps a good harvest. The man, having chewed the betel, put on flowers and sandal paste, and clean clothes, and with righteous thoughts in his mind, should unite with his good wife. According to the thoughts in his mind at the time of union, will be the nature of the one who enters the womb. The intelligence joined with the seed remains always in the sperm. When desire, thought, and sperm become united, then the man obtains semen, and in the interior of the womb the formation of ovum takes place by the union of sperm and germ. The good son who enters the womb is the giver of the highest bliss. For him, there are numerous rites, such as the Pumsavana. The meritorious soul obtains birth in a high family. At the time of his birth, Brahmins receive much wealth. He grows up in his parents' house, endowed with learning and modesty, becoming skillful in all the sciences by association with the wise. In his youth, he is divinely handsome, wealthy, and benevolent, rising as the result of great merit, austerities, and pilgrimages to sacred waters formerly done. Then he constantly strives to discriminate between the self and the not-self. By Atyaropa and Abhavada, he meditates upon Brahman. That's false ascription and reputation. For the understanding of the dissociation of Brahman from that with which he is associated, I will tell you the attributes of earth and the others, which are of the genus not-self. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are called the stable elements. This body is made up of the 5 elements: skin, bones, nerves, hair, and flesh. These are the 5 attributes of earth, O Lord of birds, declared to you by me. Saliva, urine, sperm, marrow, and blood, the 5th, are said to be the 5 attributes of water. Now hear those of fire. Hunger, thirst, sloth, sleep, and sexual desire are called the 5 attributes of fire by yogins everywhere, otakushuya. Bending, running, jumping, stretching, and moving. These are declared the 5 attributes of air. Speech, thought, vacuity, delusion, and mental instability. The 5 attributes of ether may be understood by you with effort. Mind, reason, individualization, analysis. These 4 are called the internal means and have the flavor of Paskaima. Ears, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose are the sense organs, the organs of speech, hands, feet, the organs of generation, and of excretion are the organs of action. Dik, Bata, Arika, Alka, Prachetas, the 2 Ashivins, Bahani, Inandra, Upanandra, Mitra, are declared to be the duties of the organs of sense and action. Vidu, Bingala. I'm gonna read the translation. The left hand na dui, the right hand one, the central one. This goes to the left eye. This goes to the right eye. This goes to the right ear. This goes to the left ear. This goes to the mouth. This goes to the lingam. This goes to the mula. The 10th as well are situated in the interior of the body and are the 10 principal na-duis. That's an inner nerve channel for the vital breath. Prana, Apana, Samana, Udana, and Vyana also, Naga, Kulma, Kurukala, Devadatta, Dhananjaya. In the heart, Prana. In the anus, Apana. In the navel, Samana. In the region of the throat, Udana. And distributed all over the body, Vyana. Vomiting is called Naga. Opening and shutting the eyes is known as Kulma. The cause of hunger is to be known as Kurukala, Yoning Devadatta. Dhananjaya, all-pervading, does not leave even the corpse, and carries all over the body the nourishment which is obtained by eating mouthfuls of food. The air called Vyana carries the essential part in all the na-duis. Food, as soon as eaten, is split into 2 by that air. Having entered near the anus, it separates the solid and liquid portions, placing the water over the fire and the solid over the water. The prana, standing under the fire, inflames it slowly. The fire, inflamed by the air, separates the substance from the waste. The Vyana air makes the essence go all over, and the waste forced through the 12 gateways is ejected from the body. Ears, eyes, nostrils, tongue, teeth, navel, nails, anus, generative organs, head, trunk, hair are called unclean places. Thus the airs, having derived their power from the self, perform their own functions, affecting people just as does the rising of the sun. Now hear, O bird, the twofold nature of the body of men. One is Vyavaharika and the second Paramatika. Under Vyavaharika, there are 35 millions of hairs of the body, 700,000 of hairs of the head, it is said, and 20 nails. There are said to be 32 teeth usually, O son of Vinatana. The flesh is said to be 1,000 palas, and blood 100 palas. Pala is a little more than an ounce. Fat is 10 palas, skin is 7 palas, marrow is 12 palas, the great blood is 3 palas. Seed is known to be 2 kudavas, ovum 1 kudava, and bones in the body are said to be 360. The nadis, both dense and subtle, number tens of millions. Bile is 50 palas, phlegm is half of that. The waste materials are not measurable, as they are constantly changing. The body which possesses these attributes is Vyavaharika. All the world's mountains, continents, oceans, suns, and planets are in the Paramatika body. You could read it there if you want. In the Paramatika body, there are 6 chakras in which are said to be located the attributes of the Ego Brahma. I will tell you about these, which are the objects of meditation of yogins. By pondering upon them, one becomes the enjoyer of the nature of Vairaja, to shine. Below the feet is called Atala, above the feet Vitala. At the knees, know it as Sutala. At the thighs, Mahatala. At the hips, Tanatala. At the secret part, Lasatala. At the loins, Panatala. These are declared to be the 7 worlds. Puloka, at the middle of the navel. Above it, Puvaloka. In the heart, Sivaloka. At the throat, it should be known as Mahaloka. Janaloka. In the region of the mouth, Tapoloka. At the forehead, Satyaloka. In the Brahmaranandra. These are the 14 worlds. Meru is situated in the triangle. Manandara is in the inverted triangle. Kailasha is in the right triangle. Himachala in the left triangle. Vishuddha is in the upper lines. Ganantamadana in the lines on the right. Ramana in the lines on the left. The 7 great mountains. Jamumbu is in the place of the bones. Shaka is situated in the marrow. The Kusha continent is situated in the flesh. The Graunja continent in the nerves. The Sharamali continent is in the skin. Gomeda in the mass of hair. Pushikara in the place of the nails, and next the oceans. In the urine, the Kushuira ocean, the Kushuira ocean in the milk. The Sura ocean is situated in the phlegm, in the marrow, the Kruta ocean. The Rasa ocean in the juices. The Dadti ocean is known to be in the ova. The Swadu ocean in the region of the soft palate. You should know, O son of Vinatanga. The sun is situated in the Nada chakra. The moon is in the Bindu chakra. Mars is situated, it should be known, in the eyes. Mercury is in the heart, it is declared. Jupiter is in the Vishnu Satana, it should be known. Venus is situated in the seed. Saturn is in the navel. Rahu in the face, it is declared. Ketu is situated in the lungs. In the body is the circle of the planets. In all these forms, one should meditate on his own body. Always at dawn, sitting steadily cross-legged, one should meditate upon the 6 chakras in the order of the Ajapa. Ajapa is Hamsa, saying enough or something. The Gayatri, called Ajapa, is the giver of liberation to the sages. By merely thinking upon it, one is released from all sin. Listen, O Takushuya, and I will explain the best method of Ajapa, by doing which the individual always gives up his separateness. Mulatara, Swatishit, Swatishiti, Swatishitana, Manuipuraka, Anahatam, Vishuddhati, and also Ajñā are spoken of as the 6 chakras. One should meditate in order upon the chakras at the root of the generative organ, in the region of the pelvis, in the navel, in the heart, in the throat, between the eyebrows, at the top of the head. The Muladhara is four-petaled and resplendent, with letters from Ba to Sa. The Svatishitana resembles the sun, is six-petaled, and has the letters from Ba to La. The Manvipuraka is red in color and has 10 petals from Do to Pa. The Anahata is 12-petaled from Ka to Tu and is golden-colored. The Vishuddhiti lotus is 16-petaled with the vowels and has the light of the moon. The Matra lotus is 2-petaled, has the letters Ha and Kushu, and is red in color. The one at the top of the head is the most resplendent. This lotus has 1,000 petals and is the seed of truth and bliss, ever auspicious, light-possessing, and eternal. One should meditate in order in the chakras on Ganesha, on Biti, on Vishnu, on Shiva, on Jiva, on Guru, and on Paraman Brahman, all-pervading. It is said by the wise that the subtle movements of the breath in one day and night number 21,600. It goes out with the sound of Ha and enters again with the sound of Sa. The individual is indeed always repeating the mantra Hamsa, Hansa, Hamsa. 600 for Ganesha, 6,000 for Betas, 6,000 for Hari, 6,000 for Hara, 1,000 for the Jivatman, 1,000 for Guru, 1,000 for the Jidatman. Thus one should understand the respective numbers of the repetitions. Aruna and other sages who know the succession of teachers meditate upon the deities presiding over the chakras who are rays of Brahman. The sages, Shuka and others, teach it to their pupils. Therefore a wise man, after meditating upon the path of the great ones, should always meditate thus. Having worshipped mentally in all the chakras with unwavering mind, he should repeat the Ajapa Gayatri according to the instructions of the teacher. He should meditate in the Ranandra with the 1,000-petaled lotus inverted upon the blessed teacher within the Hamsa, whose lotus hand frees from fear. He should regard his body as being washed in the flow of nectar from his feet. Having worshipped in the fivefold way, he should prostrate, singing his praise. Then he should meditate on the Kundalini, as moving upwards and downwards, as making a tour of the 6 chakras, placed in 3.5 coils. Then he should meditate on the place called Sushumna, which goes out of the Ranandra. Thereby he goes to the highest state of Vishnu. Then he should always meditate between 4 o'clock and sunrise on my form, self-illumined, eternal, and ever blissful. He should bring his mind to a state of steadiness, not by efforts alone, but under the instruction of a teacher, without whom he falls. Having done the inward sacrifice, he should perform the outward sacrifice. Having done the purificatory ablution and the sanantian, this is how I know somebody's like trying to interrupt me, because I can't say the words that I know how, because they don't know how to speak English. They're affecting me. If you're English speaking, if you're around people who are not English speaking, over the time you'll find that you will speak it less and less. The ability, I mean. He should bring his mind to a state of steadiness, not by efforts alone, but under the instruction of a teacher, without whom he falls. Having done the inward sacrifice, he should perform the outward sacrifice. Having done the purificatory ablution, and the sanantiya, he should worship Hari and Hara. For those who are attached to the body, facing inward does not come about. For them, devotion is easier, and that gives liberation. Tapas and yoga and others are also ways to liberation, but for those who are attached to the world of change, the path by devotion to me is far superior. This is the conclusion of the all-knowing Brahma and others after having conned the Veda and Shastras for 3 periods. Sacrifices and other righteous duties purify the mind. The devotion to me has a form of fruit from which the obtainer never falls away. The good man who follows this Avtar by the union through devotion to me goes to eternal liberation. Whoosh. Alright, do I need a break or should I just keep going? A break is kind of pointless. Keep getting interrupted, harassed. You know, that's my break, is being harassed. Yeah, I didn't know to what extent, you know, Koreans look down on each other. Like every nation, you know, there are people within that nation, they look down upon each other just because they're of that country. I didn't know to what extent how bad this was. It's pretty bad. Is it worse than Japan? Hell yes. It's like 100 times worse than Japan. I'm talking about Korea. You know, how one sees their own country. Yeah, the self-esteem of the country. How good is it? It's 100 times worse than Japan. That's Korea for you. So if, you know, just imagine if Jesus was born, if King Yahusha was born in Korea, he would be crucified faster than if he were born in Israel. If Jesus were born in Korea, he would have been crucified. It wouldn't have taken 3 years. It would have taken 3 months. I take it back. It would have taken 3 weeks. If Jesus was born in Korea and started preaching just like he did in Israel when he was 33, or at around the age of 30, whatever, he in Israel, you know, in his hometown, in Israel, he got killed after about, you know, a few years of preaching. In Korea, he would have died in 3 weeks. And people wouldn't have stand for it. It was kill him, just kill him. It's like, what wrong has he committed? We're Koreans. We're not even. We don't know what right and wrong is. We'll just kill him. Yeah, that's closer to the truth than you think. He thinks he's somebody. Let's kill him. That's Koreans for you. Okay, next up is Raghaveda. Yeah, I mean, it took a few years, you know, after Jesus started preaching in his hometown, and he got crucified after a few years. If Jesus was doing that in Korea, he would have been crucified in 3 weeks. Forget 3 years. Forget 3 months. 3 weeks. And then they would have said, you know, we had enough. Who do you think you are? Death. I'm telling you the truth. This is from my observation. I'm not saying this. I'm not making stuff up out of thin air. This is from my observation of living with Koreans since 2021. So it's been 3 years, you know, almost 3.5 years. And that's my verdict. They would have killed Jesus within 3 weeks. Forget 3 years. Three days. Yeah, Jesus starts preaching. You know, he's Korean, and other Koreans kill him in 3 days. Forget 3 years. All right, here we go. Bhagavad chapter 184. 184. Now, why would they kill him within 3 days? Because he will reveal all the evil things that they've done secretly, you know. So nobody's standing up for it. So they've been hiding it secretly. And Jesus comes out and he says, "You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong." So after 3 days, they'll kill him right away. That's Koreans. So you know, in that aspect, the nation into which Jesus was born is like incomparable to the nation that that I was born. So keep that in mind, please. Jesus' nation is so much better than my nation. It's incomparable. It's incomparable. Namaste. Da da ba madia da ba param. 후배 모즈 차는 띠아 모셨 후배 모즈 차는 띠아 모셨시 바흐니 로크 타이흐 나사 띠아 구하 지트 사는 따 바리오 디보 나빠 따 수다 스따라야 아스메 우슈 부르쇼노 마다야타 모드 mulha. Wow, it's a really hard word. This is one of the hardest words I've encountered. Padayata muda patni mulha nuim mulha nimulha. Wow. 마다야타 모드 빠뜨니 물하 닐물하 마다야타 모드 빠뜨니 물하 따물 물미알 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하 따물미알 와우 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하 따누이 물하따 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하 따무미알 마다야타 모드 빠누이 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하 물미알 마다야타 모드 빠누이 아스메 우슈 부르쇼노 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하뚜 물하따 마다야타 모드 빠누이 빠누이 마다야타 모드 빠누이 할따 물미알 마다야타 모드 빠누이 빠누이 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하멧 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하따 마다야타 모드 빠누이 물하따 물미알 마다는 땅 슈르땀메 아즈 초그티 필마티나 메슈트 아즈 초그티 필마티나 메슈트 나랑 이제따랑 자 깔노이흐 시리에 부셔는 니슈 그릇 대반 나사티안 바하툼 수리아야흐 받지 않은데 밤 까꾸하 아프수 장탄 유간 굴누에바 바루너시아 푸레흐 아스메 산밤 마트비 라티라스투 수토맘 히노탐 마니아시아 까로흐 아누 야드밤 시라바시안 수다누 수비리아야 자쇼노요 마다는띠 에슈밤 수토모 아시비나 바카리 마네 필마카바나 수보르코티 야땀 발티스타나야야 드마네 자가스티에 나사티야 마다는 땅 아따리슈마 타마사스파라마시아 프라팀 파 수토모 아시비나 바타이 에하 야담 바티필데바야나의 비디아메숑 부르자남 지라다누무.
넘었을 때 rough in the middle.
Let us invoke you both this day and after. The priest is here with laws when morn is breaking. Nasatyas, wheresoever ye be, heaven's children, for him who is more liberal than the godless. With us, ye mighty, let yourselves be joyful. Glad in our stream of Soma, slay the niggards. Graciously hear my hymns and invitations, marking, O heroes, with your ears my longing. Nasatyas, Bhushans, ye as gods for glory, arranged and set in order, Surya's bridal. Your giant steeds move on, sprung from the waters like ancient times of Varuna, the mighty. Your grace be with us, ye who love sweet juices. Further the hymn sung by the poet Mana, when men are joyful in your glorious actions, to win heroic strength, ye bounteous givers. This praise was made, O liberal lords, O Ashivins, for you with fair adornment by the Manas. Come to our house for us and for our children, rejoicing, O Nasatyas, in Agasatya. We have passed over the limit of this darkness. Our praise hath been bestowed on you, O Ashivins. Come hitherward by paths which gods have travelled. May we find strengthening food in full abundance. Okay, I'm gonna take another break. Next up is Yoga Sutras. I'm gonna finish the book today and then let me see. Yeah, I just have 9 sutras and the explanations to go. So listen to my instinct. So now I know what I'm dealing with. I'm not dealing with good people. And things like this, the sooner you realize it, the better you are. But often, karma prevents you from knowing, who the good people and bad people are before you are in a situation. Otherwise, life doesn't, you don't need to learn anything from life. And you know what the best age for human beings is? I would say somewhere around 18 to 25, 21 even. Around 21 is the best age for humans. After that, they start aging and they start showing the signs of age. And you have to do all this, stuff that I'm doing. You have to do this to de-age, so you don't age anymore. So you still look like you're in your 20s when you're in your 50s. If I weren't hurt and if I were doing this, and the funny thing is, I wouldn't be doing this if I weren't hurt. So this is my karma, and I have to accept it. I have to accept that bad things happen to me because I was being punished for something bad that I did, even if I don't remember it. Even if I don't remember what I did something wrong, and that's why bad stuff happened to me. I have to accept that fully, or otherwise I can't move on. That's the other side. I mean, it's not that you're trying to do something good about the situation. It's also that if you don't do it, you're gonna suffer a lot more. So I don't have a choice. I don't have a choice but to continue doing what I'm doing, and this is not even just from me. This is from God, in the name of King Yahusha. the very Savior that people think that they know. And no wonder Jesus said, and on that day, people will say to me, Lord, Lord, don't you know me? Don't you know me, Lord? I worked for you. I built a church for you. I built, I was saving all these people for you. I did all these good things for you, Lord. Don't you know me, Lord? And King Yahusha will tell them plainly, get away from you. I do not know you, you evildoers. 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 So, that's what we're dealing with here. Okay. 요가수 들어놨어. Yadang punah shabata samketa smurti parishudhatau Shruta numana chinyana vikar pashu niyayam Samadhi prachinyayam Svarupamatra no vasiti tolta Satat svarupakara matra tata tayaiva pachichidiyate Svarupamatrena vasiti toltas tat svarupakara tayaiva pachichidiyate San chan divitalkan samapatatiha tataparam pratyakushama tachachan shrutanumana yolbijama tataha shrutanumane prabhavataha na chan Shrutanumana chinyana sahapu Shrutanumana chinyana sahapu tam tad darshanam Tasma darshanal Tasmada samkilnam Brahmananantarena yogino Nibitalka samadhijam darshanamiti. That's it? Did I just finish it? No, I didn't finish it. Where is it? Ah, it's a long sutra. Nibitalkaya Samapaterasya Sutrena Lakushanam Diodiate Samurati Parishudhatau Svarupashu Niyabaltamatra Nilpasan Svarupashu Niyabaltamatra Nilpasan Nilvitalkan Yan Shabuda Samketa Shrutanumana Chinyana Vikare Pasamurti Parishudhatau Grahya Svaruparakatan. Number 1. Parakatang Subang. Sorry, the music was a little too loud. It's fine tuning. Okay, cool. So that was just telling me that it skips this next word. I'm not gonna skip over, Prajinya Sivamiba, Sivaniba, or Sivamiba. I'm gonna say both. Sivaniba, Sivamiba. Prajinya Svarupam. Number 2. Jinyaru Prajinyarupam Grahanotamakam Tyakatavan Padaltamatra Svarupam Grahya Svarupam Pananeba Pavati Sangha. Number 3. Ni. So it's also skipping the next word. That's what it's telling me. I'm not skipping it. Tadai Nilvitalkan Sama Patatiha Tatan Jan Bien Kiatam Tasyan Egabutiu 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 Bakramo Egabutiu Bakramo Hialtatamanu Nu Hialtatamanu Prachaya Vishesha Hialtatamanu Prachaya Visheshwatama 가방 딜카더 딜방 로카흐 상장 삼스타나 비셰쇼 부다수 구시마놈 사타라노 탈마 아트마 부다흐 팔레나 비아크테나 누미타흐 스바비안자간자나흐 브라둘 파바티 and there's number 1 브라둘 푸토 파바티 탈마는 따라시야 number 2 탈마는 따로다 there's 2 versions 따로다 탈마는 따로다라시야 탈마는 따로다 탈마는 따로다예 탈마는 따로다예 탈마는 따로다 야시죠 탈마는 따로다 야시죠 오케이 Kabbalah derudaye jan tiro pavati sa eshu talmobaya bi diujiate yosan bekashijan maham shijan nuiyam shijan supashabam shijan kriya talmakashijan nitya dena baya bina biabahara he kriyanante 야시양 보나라스 뚜까흐 사 브라자야 비셰셔흐 수그시맘짱 까라노마누 팔라피아 마비바를 까르파시야 까라노마누 팔라피아 바비 마비 까라노마누 팔라피아 마비 까르파시야 Okay, number 1 piam karano manupala piam and da so it skips it tasya baya bia pa ba dadu Tasya baya vya pa ba dadadu pu pa pratishitam Tasya baya vya pa ba dadadu Tasya baya vya pa ba dadadu pu pa pratishitam. That was the preacher, I believe. That's harassing me. Tasya baya vya pa ba dadadu pu ta pratishitam Mitya jinyana miti Prayana salvameva prabhutam Mitya jinyana miti Tadang jan samyaga jinyana mapi Kim syad vishaya bhavat Samyaga jinyana mapi Kim syad vishaya bhavat Yadyadu palapyate Tatatadavaya bitpenam nantam Tatatadavaya bitpenam Tatatadavaya bitpenam natam. Oh, I forgot to do. This is what happens. Oh wait, no, I did it. Okay. This is what happens when I get distracted. Na krata, na krata. Tatatadavaya bitpena kratam. Tatatadavaya bitpena kratam. Tasma dasatiyavaya vi. Yo. Mahatatuva divya bahara pananaha samapatel nibitakaya bishayi samapatel nibitakaya bishayi. Number 3 Bishoyo Pavati. Okay. When, however, the memory is purified from the conventional use of words, and when the concentrated insight is free from predicate relations of ideas, either of inferences or of something that has been heard, the intended object remains as it is in itself and nothing more, and is specifically characterized as having just that form which it has in itself and as nothing more. And this is the super deliberative balance state. This is the higher perception, and this is the germ of inference and of anything that has been heard. From it, inference and anything heard have their being. Moreover, this knowledge is not accompanied by an idea either of an inference or of anything that has been heard. Therefore, the yogin's knowledge derived from super deliberative concentration is not confused by any other source of a valid idea. He illustrates the distinguishing characteristic of the super deliberative concentration by the sutra. When the memory is quite purified, which is, as it were, empty of itself and which brightens, as the intended object and nothing more, is super deliberative. That insight which, when the memory is quite purified from predicate relations of ideas, either of inferences or of anything that has been heard, and from the conventional usage of words, is influenced by the thing in itself, which is to be known, and which, after, as it were, in its form of insight, throwing off itself, the essence of which is a process of knowing, becomes the thing intended and nothing more, as it were, changed into the thing in itself which is to be known. This is the super deliberative balance state, and as such it has been explained. For to this the world, whether such as a cow or whether such as a water jar, is the formation of a single mental act. Its essence is an intended object. Its essence is that it is a special kind of conglomeration of atoms, and this particular kind of arrangement is an apparent form, common to the subtle elements, and it is inferred from its phenomenalized effects. It is self-dependent and presents itself into its phenomenal form by the operation of the conditions which phenomenalize it, and it disappears when another apparent form arises in consciousness. The same apparent form is called a whole, and it is this that is one and great, or very small and tangible, and that in which actions occur and impermanent. By this wholes the business of life is carried on, but one to whom such a particular conglomeration is not real, since by an indefinite first impression a subtle cause is imperceptible. For him, since there is no whole, nearly everything in accordance with the statement that an erroneous idea is not based upon the form of that is reduced to erroneous ideas, and that what will be a complete idea, seeing that there are no objects to which it would refer. For whatever is perceived, all that is a bit influenced by its nature of being a whole having parts. Therefore a whole exists which becomes changed by receiving what is called sizes and the like. This is the object of the super deliberative balance state. Eight more to go. Atayaiva sabichara nibichara ja sukashma vishaya vyakhyata tatra bhuta sukashma keshiva pibhyakata tamakeshu deshala deshaka bhuta sukashma keshiva piship bhuta sukashma keshiva pibhyakata tamakeshu Deshakala nimitata no pava basatita Chinaneshu Chinaneshu Deshakala nimitata no pava bachachinaneshu Deshakala nimitata no pava bachachinaneshu Yan Sama patatiha sa sabicareti uciate Tatra pieka budu tinilgra Tatra pieka budu tinigri Tatra pieka budu tinilgra Hiame bodita taima vishishutam Vishishutam Tatra pieka budu tinil Tatara Biaka Buddhati Nigra Hyame Bodhita Talma Bishishutam Putasu Kushimama Lamambani Putam Samati Prajinya Ya Mupatishutate Ya Punahu Salvatahu Shanan Dodita Via Padeshia Talma Nabachichinan Neshu Salvatalma Nubatishu Salvatalma Matik Salvatalma Makeshu Salma Patatihu San Nibijan Retiuchate Evam Sivarupam Hi Tadapu Tasu Kushimamatenaiva Sivaru Bena Lamambani Putameva Samati Prajinya Sivaru Pamuparanjayati Samati Prajinya Sivaru Pamuparanjayati Prajinya Jan Sivaru Pashu Niebai Tama Tran Yadan Pavati Tadan Nibijan Retiuchiatem Tatra Mahadu Basutu Bishoyan Sabitaikan Nilbitaikan Jan Sukushima Basutu Bishoyan. Number 1 Sukushima B. Sukushima Bishoyan Sabichan Ran Nilbichan Ran Jan Eva Mupayo Retta Eva Mupayo Retta Yaivan Nilbitaikan Bikare Paha Nilbia Bikare Paha Nilbia Kya Teti. By the same, the reflective and the superreflective are explained as having subtle objects. Of these, that is called the reflective balanced state, which refers to subtle elements, and the apparent forms of which have been manifested and which are characterized by an experience of place and time and cause. In this case also a subtle element capable of being apperceived by one idea and particularized by uprisen apparent forms serves as that upon which the concentrated insight rests, but that balanced state which in all ways and by all means refers to such as are free from characterization by apparent forms, whether quiescent or uprisen or indeterminable, and which yet corresponds to all apparent forms and is the essence of all apparent forms, is called superreflective. Since the subtle element is of this kind, it becomes in this very form that on which the concentrated insight rests, and it influences the insight itself. When moreover the insight becomes, as it were, emptied of itself and becomes the intended object and nothing more, then it is called superreflective. Of these, the deliberative and the superdeliberative have as object something great, while the reflective and the superreflective have a subtle object. Thus, by this same superdeliberative, the destruction of predicate relations of both kinds has been explained. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. 7 more to go. Sukushima Vishayatavam Jalinga Pariyavasanam Partivasya Nol Partivasya Nolga는 타마는 따는 마त्र Partivasya Nolga는 타마 Partivasya Nolga는 탔다는 마트람 Sukushimo Vishayaha Abhyasya. Number 1 Abhyasyapi. Test. Rasata는 마트람 Taijasasya Rupata는 마트람 Rupata는 마트람 Payabhyasya Spashata는 마트람 Akashasya Shabdata는 마트람iti Desha Mahamkaraha Asyapi 링은가 마드람 수그시모 비쇼야흐 링은가 마드라시야 비아 링은감 수그시모 비쇼야흐 나 링은가 드바람 수그시마 마스티 나는 바스티 부르셔흐 수그시마 이티 사티야무 예통알 링은가 드바라말링 링은가 드바라말링은가시야 사구시미암 나 짜이밤 부르샤시야 팀투 링은가시야는 바이카라넘 부르쇼 나 파바티 헤투수투 파바티티 아타흐 프라타네 사구쇼미암 이라티샤얌 비아키아타무. The subtle object likewise terminates in unresolvable primary matter. In the case of the earthen atom, the fine element of order is the subtle object of the balanced states. In the case of the watery atom, the fine element of taste. In the case of the fiery atom, the fine element of color. In case of the windy atom, the fine element of touch. In case of the aerial atom, the fine element of sound. The personality substance, which is the cause of these, resoluble primary matter as such, of this also is the subtle object. Unresoluble primary matter, of this also is the subtle object. And beyond the unresoluble primary matter, there is nothing subtle. If the objection be raised that the self is subtle, the reply is that this is true. The subtlety of the self in relation to the resoluble primary matter is, however, not that of the unresoluble primary matter to the resoluble primary matter. For the self is not the material cause of resoluble primary matter, but the instrumental cause. Accordingly, it is explained that subtlety reaches its utmost degree in the primary substance. I'm being harassed. 땅 에바 사비자흐 사마티흐 따시자스라흐 따시자따스라흐 따시자따스라흐 사마바드타요 바히바스투 비장 이티 사마티파리 사마티라피 사비자흐 따뜨라 수투렐테 사비탈고 니비탈까흐 수그시멜테 사비자로 니비자라 이티. Number 2. 3. 짜툴 도파 삼피아따흐 사마티리티. These same are the seated concentration. These four balanced states have external things as their seat. Therefore, the concentration is seated. Of these four, the deliberative and the superdeliberative refer to a coarse intended object, the reflective and super-reflective to a subtle intended object. Thus, in four kinds, one after another, concentration has been enumerated. Nibichara Vaishara Dietyat Maprasadaha Pashuditya Varanamala Petasya Prakashat Mano Buddhati Satetvasya Rajasitamopya Manapiputaha Sivachichaha Sititi Prabhaho Vaishara Dhyama Yadonga Nilbicharasya Samathe Vaisharadia Midam Samathe Vaisharadia Midam Jayate Tadanga Yogino Pavatiatyatma Prasado Pavatiatyatma Prasado Bhutal Tabishoyahu Gramana Gramananuroti Sputaha Prajinya Lokaha Tatan Jokatama Prajinya Prasadama Ruhya Ashotyaha Shochato Janana Pumishita Niba Shailasataha Salvana Prajinyanupashyati. When there is the clearness of the super-reflective, internal undisturbed calm, when freed from obscuration by impurity, the sattva of the thinking substance, the essence of which is light, has a pellucid steady flow, not overwhelmed by the rajas and tamas. This is the clearness. When this clearness arises in the super-reflective balanced state, then the yogin gains the internal undisturbed calm, the vision by the flash of insight, which does not pass successively through the serial order, and which has as its intended object the thing as it really is. And in this sense it has been said, as the man who has climbed the crag sees those upon the plain below, so the man of insight who has risen to the undisturbed calm of insight, himself escaped from pain, beholds all creatures in their pain. Bhattampara Tatra Prajinya Tasaminan Sama Hitachita Tasya Yan Prajinya Jayate Tasya Bhattamparati Samjinya Pavati Anambaltan Ja San Satyameva Vipalti Na Ja Tatra Vipariya Sajinya Nagananto Piasati Ti Vipariya Sajinya Nagananto Piasati Ti Tatan Jokutama Agamena Numanena Tiana Pya Sarasena Sena Tiana Pya Sarasena Ja Tritan Parakaripayanan Tabra Parakaripayanan Prajinyam Lapate Yoga Mudatamama Iti. In this, the insight is truth-bearing. In one whose mind stuff is concentrated, the insight which arises in this receives the technical name of truth-bearing, and this is it whose meaning is intelligible of itself. It bears truth and nothing else. In it there is not even a trace of misconception. And in this sense it has been said, by the sacred word, by inference, and by eagerness for practice and contemplation, in three ways he promotes his insight and gains the highest yoga. Yoga, 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 yoga. Once you achieve yoga, you are the robot of God. You are an angel. Sa punaha shrutanumana prajinya pya manya vishaya visheshul tattvat shrutamagama vijnanam tattasamanya vishayam na hyagameva shavayo visheshopitatum kasmat na hi visheshwana gurata samkyataha shabuda iti tathanumanam samanya vishayameva yatra prapatistatra katiri yatra prapatistatra na pavati katiri tiukatama anumanena cha samanyenopa samharaha samanyenopa samharaha tasmacha churutanumana vishoyo na visheshoha kashachitasati iti na chansya Sukashima Vyabahita Vipra Kurashutasya Sukashima Vyabahita Vipra Sukashima Vyabahita Vipra Kurashutasya Pasatuno Lokapratya Kushone Lokapratya Kushwena Grahana Masati Na Chansya Visheshosya Brahmanokasya Pabosati.
Number 1.
Sya Brahmanuika Sya Brahmanuika Visheshosya Brahmanuikasya Pabosati. Samadhi Prajna Nilgrahya Eva Sa Visheshvo Bhavati Bhutasu Kashimagato Bang Purushagato Bang Tasmat Churuta Numana Prajna Pyamanya Vishoyan San Prajna Visheshvo Tattva.
Alright, 2 more to go after this.
But this has an object other than the insight resulting from things heard or from inferences, inasmuch as its intended object is a particular. A thing heard is knowledge derived from verbal communication. This deals with generic objects, for a particular cannot be connoted by a verbal communication. Why? Because a word does not have its conventional usage established by the particular. Similarly, inference deals with generic objects only. We say where there is getting, there is motion, and when there is no getting, there is no motion. And by an inference, we got a conclusion in generic. Therefore, no particular can be the object of verbal communication or of inference. And of this subtle and hidden and remote thing, there is no knowledge by ordinary perception. Furthermore, we cannot assert that this particular has no validity and does not exist. Therefore, this particular as object, whether it belong to a subtle element or to the self, is apperceptible by the concentrated insight only. Consequently, this insight has an object other than the insight resulting from a thing heard or from inference, inasmuch as its intended object is a particular.
Alright, 2 more to go.
Samadhi Prajna Pratilamampe Yoginah Prajna Kuratah Samskaro Nabo Jayate Tajujah Samskaro Nia Samskara Pratilamanti Samskaro Nia Samskara Pratibananti Samadhi Prajna Prabhavah Samskaro Bhutana Samskara Shayam Bhatate Bhutana Samskara Piphavat Tat Prabhavah Bhutana Samskara Piphavat Tat Prabhavah Pratyaya Na Pavananti Pratyaya Nirote Samadhi Rupatishtate Tatah Samadhi Jaya Prajna Tatah Prajna Karatah Samskara Iti Nabah Samskara Shayo Jayate Tatashacham Prajna Tatashacha Samskara Iti Katamasao Samskara Tishayashachitatam.
Number 1.
Rasha Samskara Shayashachitatam Satikaram Na Karishuyati Na Te Prajna Karatah 삼스카라흐 글라샤쿠 쇼야 헤뚜뜨바 찌찌뜨따 마티카라 비시슈담 글라샤쿠 쇼야 헤뚜뜨바 찌찌뜨따 마티카라 비시슈담 꿀바는띠 찌뜨땀 히때 스바카리아 다바사다야는띠 스바카리아 다바사다야는띠 키아티 파리아바사남 히 찌뜨따베시투이따미띠 찌뜨따베시투이따미띠 키아티 파리아바사남 히 찌뜨따베시투이따미띠. I want to look up one of the just for my satisfaction. I'm pretty sure this is the way it's spelled, but now I lost the word. Maybe it means I should skip it. Maybe should I skip it? 꿀바는띠. It was like 바는타니, 바타테. There you go. I just want to look this up. It looks really fuzzy. That's the last one. I mean, I'm pretty sure I read it right. Why am I even checking? I don't know. Just to assure myself, to train myself. I think I'm training myself. So next time I don't have to look it up again. But I've done this so many times. Okay, where is it? Do you guys see it? I don't see it. Nava. Am I in the right? Yeah, I'm in the right thing. It's in the beginning. That's okay. I messed up. Yeah, I did it right. See, there were a couple of other words I wasn't sure about, but I'm sure they are right. I've done it. I've done this so many times that like it should be right, you know. Okay, let me read the translation and then one more and then that's it. When the yogin has gained concentrated insight, the subliminal impression made by the insight is reproduced again and again. The subliminal impression produced by this is hostile to other subliminal impressions. The subliminal impression arising from concentrated insight inhibits the latent impression from the emergent subliminal impression. After emergent subliminal impressions have been repressed, the presented ideas arising from them do not occur. When presented ideas are restricted, concentration follows after. Then concentrated insight. After that, subliminal impressions made from insight. Thus, latent impressions from subliminal impressions are reproduced again and again. Thus, first comes insight and then subliminal impressions. How is it that this excess of subliminal impressions will not provide the mind stuff with the task? These subliminal impressions made by the insight do not provide the mind stuff with the task, since they cause the dwindling of the hindrances, for they cause the mind stuff to cease from its work. For the movement of the mind stuff terminates at discernment. So basically, I'm probably trying to find peace. Peace. The beginning of all the good things. Peace. Alright, last one. Kim Janasya Pavati Tasyapi Nirote Salva Nirotananil Bijaha Samatih. And now I'm gonna read the parentheses because this ends the sutra itself. I'll be reading the commentaries, or not the comment, comments, same thing, commentary, comment. Iti Shri Patanjali Virachita Yoga Sutreshu Pratamaha Samatipadaha. So if you're just looking for sutra, that's it. Sa na Kevalam Samati Prajnya Niroti Biroti Samati Prajnya Biroti Prajnya Kratanamapi Samskaranam 브라티 바는티 파바티 가스마트 니로타자흐 삼스카라흐 사마티자는 삼스카라는 바탔다 사마티자는 삼스카라는 바탔다 이띠 니로타스티티카 라크라마누 파베나 니로타치트 따끄르타 삼스카라 스티트바마누메야마 니로타치트 따끄르타 삼스카라 스티트바마누메야마 니로타치트 따끄르타 삼스카라 스티트바마누메야마 뷰트타나 니로타 뷰트타나 니로타 사마티 브라파바이흐 뷰트타나 니로타 사마티 브라바 뷰트타나 니로타 사마티 브라파바이흐 사하 가이발리아 파기야이흐 삼스카라이시치트담 스바시암 브라크르타 바바스티타얌 브라발리야테 타스마트테 삼스카라 시치트타시아 티카라 비로티노 나 스티티 했다보 파바는 띠띠 야스마다 바시타 티카람 야스마다 바시타 티카람 사하 가이발리아 파기야이흐 삼스카라이 시치트담 니발타테 다스미는 니브르트테 부르셔흐 스바루바마트라 프라티슈토타흐 슈드타흐 깨발로 무크탄 이티우치안탄 이티 What further does he gain? When this also is restricted, since all is restricted, seedless concentration. This is counter not only to concentrated insight, but is opposed even to subliminal impressions made in insight. Why? Because the subliminal impression produced by restriction inhibits the subliminal impressions produced by concentration. The existence of subliminal impressions made by the mind stuff in restriction may be inferred from the experience of the lapse of time during which there is stability of the restriction. Together with the subliminal impressions which arise out of the emergent and restricted concentrations and which are conducive to isolation, the mind stuff resolves itself into its own permanent primary matter. Therefore, these subliminal impressions are counter to the mind stuff's task and are not causes of its stability. Consequently, its task ended, together with the subliminal impressions which are conducive to isolation, the mind stuff ceases. When it ceases, the self abides in himself and is therefore called pure and liberated. Okay, that's it. Iti Shri Patanjale Samkhya Parabhachane Yoga Shastre Shri Mad Vyasa Pashuye Pratamaha Samatipadaha. Namaste. Of Patanjali's Yoga Treatise entitled Exposition of Samkhya, the first book on concentration, with comments by Vyasa. Okay, thank you very much. It was a little longer, but I took a little longer break, so I think it evens out. I don't want to go too long. This is, I do this every day, so 6 days a week. I take my Sabbath. Okay, thank you. Namaste. I'm gonna start chanting in about half an hour. 1 hour. See you soon.